The time has come at last.
The time has come at last to fuck Sonic. And then you know what else would be an example? You watch Nick Jr. back in the day, had motherfucking Franklin, Little Bear. I'm sure you all read Bernstein Bears. You know, Barney's a dinosaur. And that's even more furry than anything. The PBS shit where you got like animals, people wearing animal suits. That's even more furry than like video game stuff because they're actually wearing the equivalent of fursuits in that shit.
Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go.
So think about that. Think about that for a minute. Fuck this goddamn Tails song. Yeah, like almost all Disney movies are just furry mania, man. Lion King, fucking Little Mermaid, Dinosaur, The Rescuers. Like, I don't think there's any Disney movies besides like Snow White that weren't like predominantly animals for the most part for like the first like 10 or 15 years. I mean, that's what I'm trying to point out, though, is that just because something has anthropomorphic animals in it doesn't mean it's automatically furry, or you're automatically furry, or you want to fuck animals, or blah, 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 you know? Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. I have a huge fanboyism thing for Sonic because of two reasons. Like, this is where it originates. Here's the origin of why I have this. One is because I was a 7-year-old in the 90s and Mario was lame in 1992. Sonic was cool. He was a guy that ran fast and had an attitude. Up until then, video game characters didn't have personalities or attitudes for the most part. Like, Mario still doesn't really have a personality. But Sonic was the first one that was depicted as having a personality and an actual attitude, that he actually was aggressive and rebellious. And until then, video game characters just didn't really have that. And that was neat for a little boy. That was cool. And the second reason why is because, being that I had my heart problem and so forth, I always found it kind of like a motivator, that it's like, you know, Sonic runs fast and all that stuff. And when I tried to like run fast like him, that improved my health because I was out exercising a bunch. So, you know, that was kind of like a motivator. It's kind of like he was the original go out and exercise character, believe it or not, for a lot of people. So, you know, it's like Sonic is cool because he runs fast. Hey, I feel cool now because I run fast like Sonic as a little kid. So that was like a reciprocal thing, and then blah, blah, blah. And then another reason, as a third additional reason that manifested a few years later, is because Sonic is a series that for whatever reason is just rife with like beta stuff. And I've always loved the whole thing about like beta and pre-development stuff in games. And for whatever reason, Sega really likes to leave random shit in their games. Like, more than any other game company, especially Sonic Team itself, love to just leave gigantic chunks of data lying around and like just beta cart after beta cart for their games. Like, I think there's like 6 different versions of Sonic 2 beta. There's like 8 different Sonic CD betas. There's like 2 Sonic 1 betas. There's multiple Sonic 3 betas, alphas, all this other shit. They gave Nick Arcade like a Sonic beta and aired that shit on television. There's entire levels they took out of the game, huge amounts of art development. If you play Sonic Gems or some shit like that, or Sonic Collection, they actually took clips of, or no, it's Sega Collection. It's like a collection of Sega games. They couldn't fit Sonic CD on there because they didn't have the space, they said, but yet they had a clip of San Francisco and the trolley system on the CD for no apparent reason, which took up a good portion of the CD's actual data. For no apparent reason. So Sega just leaves leaving shit in their games, and as a kid, I always thought that was really neat. And so that really got me into the whole Sonic thing also, was an entire community devoted to breaking apart these games and finding little tiny tidbits of things that we didn't know about before. So that's why. So... And yes, the Sonic fandom is pretty much full of just recolors and shittiness now, so yeah. But if you want a good Sonic website that still exists, it's actually pretty good, go to Sonic Retro. Go to Sonic Retro, you know, that's a good website. sonicretro.org, I believe. I have old B status on there because I registered on that shit back in like 2001 or something like that. So I'm a cool guy. So that's about it. So that is why I like Sonic. Yeah, I've been registered on Sonic Retro for probably like however long it's been, like I guess 12 years now. Yeah, they removed the Dragon Boss in Sonic Adventure.
So far, so good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
Neopets. Now that shit, I have an account on that motherfucker from like 1994. And my Neopet's still alive. It's been starving for somewhere around 3,900 days or some bullshit, but it's still alive. That fucker knows how to hold on. See, we wouldn't have any food problems if people were like my Neopet. Motherfucker hasn't eaten in over like 15 years, but he's still alive.
Let's do it.
If I were able to get an Xbox or a PlayStation, I would prefer a PlayStation. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, back in the day on Sonic sites, I was such an idiot because, you know, I never knew I'd have like people watching me on YouTube and all this other shit like this. You know, I mean, who the fuck's gonna think that back when they're a kid, you know? And so I actually used my real full name on that site for like 5 years. Like my username was literally Desmond Kastner. That was my username. So that was pretty funny. If you actually look it up on Sonic wikis or whatever, like of, you know, the websites and all that stuff, there is one wiki entry that does mention my name, Desmond Kastner. If you actually look it up on the Sonic Retro wiki, I'm on it for one entry. Oh, Baraka, my full name's on my YouTube account. It's been on there for like 2 years. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna fuck this shit up right here. Fucking owned him. Yep, you already found it, Fox Ferox. Oh, Andy Wolin and Simon Way. I actually, I talked with Simon Way many a day back in the day. I was sort of acquaintances with him, and Andy Wolin was a huge dick. Did not like Andy Wolin. I don't remember why I didn't like him. And of course, there were all the spoots and the whole Pie Wars thing with fucking Samantha and all that bullshit. Yeah, I'm a true veteran of the Sonic forums. If there's anything I'm a veteran of, it's that fucking shit. Way back in the day. Went from fucking I went from Andy Wolin's original Sonic site, which I can't even remember the name of anymore. I can't remember the name of that shit. There was that, and then I went from that to Sonic Pandemonium, and then from Sonic Pandemonium to Sonic Cult, which eventually became X Cult, and then from that to Sonic Retro. And then I never really went on to many of the other sites that much. I'd try Star Fox sometime. Yeah, don't send me a PlayStation 3 because like I can't even use it. My TV doesn't even have a way to connect it. It only has an RF switch.
Now, how are we gonna get
I like Sonic Battle.
I hate it when he doesn't listen to me.
I guess you weren't expecting that, were you? There's only one way to get to me, Sonic, and that's through the sky.
That's through the sky, Dick.
If you can make it. I dare you.
I fuck you.
Just watch me.
Bring it on, blah, blah. Later, his even 7. Yeah.
So, this must be the sky deck, huh?
Like, why do you need a scene to fucking stop and say that when it's right in front of you?